Hi 7th graders. Today we're working on lesson 6.2.6, cases with infinite or no solutions. Make sure you write your title and have your book or CPM book open, and when you have that all done, you can play the video again. Pause it if you need to. (6.2.6) Is there always a solution? Cases with infinite or no solutions. Are all equations solvable? Are all solutions a single number? Think about this. Annika was born first, and her brother William was born 4 years later. How old will William be when Annika is twice his age? How old will William be when Annika is exactly the same as his age? In this lesson, you will continue to practice your strategies of combining like terms, removing zeros, and balancing to simplify and compare two expressions. You will also encounter unusual situations where the solution may be unexpected. As you work today, focus with your team on these questions. What if both sides are not equal? Are there many values of x that will make the expressions equal? Is there always a solution? Your first problem is 116. So you can write that in your notebook. How many students believe that every equation has only one solution? However, in the introduction to this lesson, you might have noticed that if Annika was 4 years older than her brother, William, they could never be the same age. Some situations have one solution, others have no solutions, and still others have all numbers as solutions. For each of the following equations, reason with your team to decide if there is one solution, no solutions, or all numbers are solutions. If there is a single number solution, write it down. If you are not sure how many solutions there are, have each member of your team try a number to see if you can find a value that makes the equation work. So I'm going to do the first two with you. So it's saying if A is x equals x, if I think about this one, if I have x equals 0, this x will be 0. If I have x equal 10, this x will be 10, and this x will be 10. So for this one, I know that all numbers are solutions, because no matter what I make x, it'll always be equal to the same thing. Then B, I don't know what's going on. Let me see if I can get that smaller. Okay, there we go. B says x plus 1 equals x. So I'm going to think about this one like the first example they gave. If I have x be 10, this would be 10 plus 1 equals 11 equals 10. That wouldn't be true. And if I think about it, there's never a time where I could add 1 to a number and have it still be the same. So in this case, there would be no solutions. Now I'd like you to pause the video and do C, D, E, F, G, and H by yourself. So I want you to write each of those letters in your notebook, and then you're going to go through and decide if there's one solution and what it is, if all numbers are solutions, or if there's no solutions, just like it says over here. So pause the video and write H, and when you're ready to see my answers, you can play the video again. Here are my answers. Some things I just want to point out as you're checking yours, that for F, x plus x is the same thing as 2x, so those will always be true. Same thing with x times x, that's the same thing as saying x squared, so any number there will work because both sides are the same. Take a minute and check your answers. If you have questions on how I got any of them, please ask your teacher. When you're ready, you can play the video again or just keep listening. The next problem is 117. Use the 5D process to write an equation for the problem below. Then answer the question. Kelly is 6 years younger than her twin brothers Bailey and Larry. How old will Kelly be when the sum of her brothers' ages is 12 more than twice Kelly's? So the first thing I'd like you to do is describe and draw on your own, and then play the video when you're ready to check your answer for just the describe and draw part when you're ready. So I have Kelly equals her brother's age minus 6, and then I'm trying to find how old Kelly will be when her brother 1 plus brother 2 equals 12 more than twice Kelly's. Okay, the next part I would like you to do is the table, and I'd like you to do that on your own before you check with mine. I'm going to set up my table, so once you have your table set up, you can play the video again. So pause the video now and set up your table to do the 5D process. My table, I know that I have to find brother 1's age and brother 2's age, which will be the same because they're twins. Then Kelly's age, and then I need to see if 2 times Kelly plus 12 is the same as her brother's sums added together, and then I need to figure out if those two are equal. Okay, so I know that I need to guess something, and Kelly is 6 years younger than her brothers, so I'm going to try something easy like 10 to start. I don't know if they're older or younger, but if I guess that her brothers are 10, Kelly is 6 years younger than that, so that would mean Kelly's 4. Then for my equation, I would have to do 12 plus 2 times 4, and does that equal 10 plus 10? So here I'd have 12 plus 8, and that would equal 10 plus 10. So I actually am giving this away for you because they are equal. 12 plus 8 is 20, equals 20, so yes. So if Kelly's 6 years younger than her older brothers, then Kelly would be 4 years old when the sum of her brothers' ages is 12 more than twice Kelly's. So for this, that was a nice quick problem for you, and I was just guessing. Then I will have my declare, and I want to know Kelly's age. So Kelly would be 4 years old when the sum of her brother's ages are 12 more than twice Kelly's. Hopefully that's making sense, that twice Kelly's is 8 and 12 more than that is 20, and then the sum of her brother's ages is also 20. So I know Kelly would be 4 years old. So if I went too fast there and you need to pause the video to finish your notes, you may do that. Okay, our next problem is 118, Special Cases, Part 1. Use the equation 8 plus x plus negative 5 equals negative 4 plus x plus 7 to complete parts A through C. A says build the equation on your equation mat using algebra tiles and simplify it as much as possible. Record your steps and see what you see when you have simplified the equation fully. Draw a picture of your final mat. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is start by drawing an equation mat. If you remember, we have to put an equal sign in between here because we're saying this side equals the other side. Make a big equation for equal sign. All right, and then I need to draw 8 plus x plus negative 5 on my left, and then negative 4 plus x plus 7 on my right. Okay, by this point you should be able to do that on your own, so I'd like you to pause the video and draw both sides of the equation mat, and then when you are ready and want to check your answers with mine, you can press play. Here's what my two equation mats looks like. I have 8 plus x plus negative 5 on my left, and then negative 4 and x and 7 on my right. So now I need to simplify both sides as much as I can. So the first thing I'm going to start by doing is to cross out a positive tile with a negative tile because I know those make zeros, and that's the first thing I like to start with. Cross out my 0 pairs. You should be doing the same. All right, and then on the left, I'm going to cross out 0 pairs. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to simplify by doing balanced sets. So I see an x on my left with an x on my right that I can cross simplify, and then I have one positive on each side, another positive on each side. So it actually looks like all of those cancel. So what I'm left with is nothing on my left, nothing on my right. So this would kind of end up looking like 0 equals 0. So that'll take me to B. Have each member of your team test a different value for x in the original equation, such as x equals 0, x equals 1, x equals -5, and x equals 10, and what happens in each case. So I'm going to do the first one with you of x equals 0, and then I would like you to do 1, -5, and 10 on your own. So I'm going to replace x with the number they give me. So they give me 0 for x. So I would have 8 plus 0 for x plus -5. You should be writing this in your notebook also. -4 on my right plus 0 for x plus 7. I'm going to add both sides together. 8 plus 0 is 8 plus -5, so that's taking away 5, will give me 3, equals -4 plus 0 is still -4, plus 7, moving positive, I would end up with 3 also. So now I would like you to go through and put in 1 for x, -5 for x, and 10 for x. So please pause the video and do that. Okay, if you did that, you should find that both sides are equal. They always end up equaling the same number. And that's how we know that C, are there any solutions to this equation? It would be all numbers are solutions, because the left side will always equal the right side. That's what 0 equals 0 represents when we do this work, that whatever you put in on the left will equal whatever you put on the right. Okay, what I'd like you to do now is finish problem 619, which you have after the one we just did. So finish problem 119. Once you finish that, you can show your teacher for the homework 122 to 127 due tomorrow. Good luck!